I'm back. I am back for another update on our weekly weight loss with Zepbound, or I am using a Compound Tirzepetide with Mochi Health. And so I'm going to leave my link down below. But if you're interested and you've been following me and keeping up with everything that me and my husband are doing, then just keep on watching. I'm Jay with the Life of Rich and Jay, and every week I come on here representing me and my husband and report how our weight loss journey is going, or our health journey, I call it, is going. We both talk about our life as husband and wife, our relationship. We're both Airbnb hosts. I throw some things in there with that as well. And we do quite a bit of travel. And so with us right now, our health journey seems to take priority over just about everything, but it's for a lot of reasons. And so we come on every week, or I come on every week, and just report how things are going. For me, particularly, my weight loss journey has been super slow. And so that is a good and a bad thing depending on who's watching our channel. Some people want it to be like overnight and really quick, and some people understand that your body is going to resist, and sometimes it is going to be a slow journey. I look at it on days that I just have low days, that it's hard to see that the scale is creeping. Then I also look at it as if my body's going to do what it wants to do regardless. I have to do my part, and at least I won't have the sagging skin as much as as I thought I would, or I won't have other issues that's going along with it. And no matter what's the point of going back and forth with myself on this weight loss journey? It's going to happen one way or another. It just may take me longer and cost me more money than most people. So I do have to say I have other videos on Mochi Health. I have had no issues with them. They've been great with me and my husband. I am with them now. Right now, we're entering our 4th month with them, and it's been good so far. Every single week, I report on what is going on with us, because I do understand that there are people that have issues with side effects and exercise and health issues that are doing much better when you're on a compound tirzepatide. I know there are skeptics out there that don't like compound tirzepatides or Zepbound. By the way, we started out with Zepbound, but for me and mine, we are doing this based on what is comfortable for us. And right now, this is comfortable for us. So for me this week, I have to say that I had some hiccups, and like I said, life is life. My major hiccup this week is that we were traveling. So we actually traveled to Colorado. I have my last video is us in Colorado, and I was a little skeptical on what should I do. And so this particular week, I decided I wanted to microdose. I have never microdosed ever. My husband was like, don't do that. I wanted to see. I had a little bit left in my vow that was ending my 3rd month, and I was like, I'll just take that, because we were leaving on a Friday morning at like 5 in the morning. I didn't want to wake up. I actually let my medication get to room temperature before I use it, and I knew that I was getting up early, so I didn't want to just get up earlier. So I decided to take it on Thursday night, which is 2 days before my shot day. My shot day is always on Saturday mornings. And so I decided I'm going to just go ahead and just take whatever is left in that dose, in that vial, and then I'll take the rest of it when I come back, which would have been on a Tuesday morning. And none of that worked out. Absolutely none of that worked out. I had good intentions, but it didn't work out. So I was very afraid to get on the scale this week. I was not sure of what would happen. I've heard all kind of things, which I've learned that other people's stories does not dictate my story. And with that being said, it didn't. So I decided to microdose. I took 0.20 milligrams on Thursday night. I am prescribed 0.52 milligrams. So I took less than half of what I was supposed to be taking. I was like, no problem. When I come back, I'll just take the 0.32 milligrams when I come back. And that way I have that whole dose for the 1 week. I won't gain any weight. I'll be okay. And it didn't happen. So I did the 0.20 milligrams. That was all that I had left in my vial. I went out of town. I can say that I did well with appetite suppression, still eating what I was supposed to eat, maintaining my protein, very little fiber that I got in, but I did what I could do. I did not eat a lot in Colorado. I don't know if anybody on here is from Colorado, lives in Colorado or Colorado Springs, but I did not like any other food in Colorado. So that was a blessing for me, and none of my family liked the food either. So it was a blessing. So I would take a couple of bites to sustain myself, and that was it. When I got back on Monday night, Tuesday morning, I was like, oh yeah, this is the time. Like, let's just go ahead and let's do the 0.32 milligrams. And so that would give me time before my actual injection day to do my injection. Well, let's just be honest. I was jet lagged like crazy. I came back and I slept for 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours, and got up and went to work. And all week, my husband and I were 100% jet lag. I'm just going to be honest. I was not thinking about medication, did not care about thawing, whatever. I didn't care anything about it, so it didn't happen. To be honest with you, I didn't take the medication at all. I can tell you, let's just talk about my appetite suppression. I don't tend to talk about that too much because I don't have an issue with appetite suppression. But this week, I can say that there was a little bit of an issue. I usually eat because I do intermittent fasting. I don't do it on purpose. I used to all the time, but I don't do it on purpose. So I don't really eat my first meal until about 11 o'clock. And if I'm hungry, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. But I noticed that this week, when it came to Thursday and Friday, so I did my 0.20 Thursday. Now the following Thursday morning, I was hungry. I called my husband. I was like, I can't believe it. Like, I'm hungry. I want to eat. And I was like, nope, I'm going to fight it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to eat. And then I ended up with a hunger headache, and I'm at work. So I ended up getting something to eat, and I just nibbled very slowly on it until it was like 11:30. And then I was able to go ahead and eat some of that. But I did get full fast, which is what you would go through on Zepbound. Once I did eat that, I forced myself to eat more. I can say that it kind of fell back into the appetite suppression where I would eat lunch about 3 o'clock, and I didn't. I ate lunch like 4:30, 5 o'clock on both days. So I got scared, and instead of doing my shot on Saturday morning, I did my shot on Friday night because I was like, wait a minute. I don't want to wake up in the morning and no. I'm going to do my shot Friday night, and then next week I'll get back on track. So I did the full shot on Friday night, and before I went to bed, I had that shot. My appetite suppression literally changed, and I don't want to say drastically, but it was a change about 7 days after taking that microdose. So I do have to say that. Next, I will have to say my side effects. Because I took a microdose, I expected to have some sort of side effects, especially because I didn't have a full dose and I didn't know what my body was going through. And I was hoping that those side effects would happen once I came back into town and not really out of town. And so if you've been following me, I had a lot of side effects on Zepbound, and I tend to have 0 side effects on the Compound Tirzepetide. But because it's rather new to me, I'm just not sure of what would happen or what my effects would be. So I was expecting some side effects with the 0.20 milligrams, and I had none. I had no side effects. I didn't have any type of nothing, no problems with my sleep. I had absolutely nothing. That was a good thing for me. I was very happy with that result because I was super worried about it. Um, the next thing that I would have to say would be exercise. I did do some exercise, and while out of town, let me say, I'm proud to say that I did over 10,000 steps a day. We were all over Colorado, and everywhere that we went, we were hiking and moving and doing different things. And so I did exercise at home, and when I went out of town, I did walking. But when I came back in town, I did absolutely nothing. I barely did. I just did nothing, only because I swear it took us 5 days to get back on track with our time difference and things like that. I was falling asleep driving home. I was falling asleep going to work. I actually drank coffee, and I don't like coffee. I was struggling all week. While I was at my desk, maybe Wednesday, I was falling asleep at my desk. I had to get up and go walk around so that I can stay awake. I almost really just thought of just not staying at work. It was that bad of how tired I was. So the working out was not going to happen. It didn't happen. I'm not trying to make excuses. I do need you guys to hold me accountable. That's the purpose of my channel, is to make sure that I have support, community, and accountability. And so go ahead and get on me as you as you must. But I'm being 100% honest. I absolutely nothing. I didn't do anything. I came home almost every day. I had little things to do as far as business, but I came home almost every day and got in the bed. I took a shower, I put on my clothes, I ate whatever I had to eat. I said okay to my family, and I got in the bed. My husband came home from work early a couple of days, and he just slept on the couch. Like, he was home before me, and hours before me, and just slept until I got home. So it was a brutal week. We got through it like we would anything else, but it wasn't nothing was what I expected to happen this week, i.e., the title of this video, because it was not what I expected this week. I can say that when it came to my weight, I did weigh myself when I got back into town because of the microdosing and me being afraid. I weighed myself when I got back in town, and I did gain weight. I gained 0.4 ounces. And for some people, it's like, oh, you just gained a little bit. That's very true. Usually when we travel, I come back in town and I usually gain about 5 pounds. I'm being honest. I don't care what I'm doing. I usually gain about 5 pounds. And it's usually when I'm gone for 7 days, 5 to 7 days when I'm gone, or when I'm out of the country, especially when I'm on resorts. I don't know what it is about resorts, because I do a lot of walking on resorts, but I tend to gain at least 5 pounds. And so for me to gain less than a pound and not take the medication completely was another just thing that I did not expect. I expected for me to come back in town and gain a bunch of weight, but like I said, I didn't eat a lot, so that was a good thing. I did not eat a lot. So I did gain some weight coming back into town. I weighed myself on Tuesday morning, and I gained weight. So by all means, I did not expect that there would be any type of weight loss this week, because of course you're trying to catch up to where you was before. You guys know, following me, I was going through my my diuretic, my pill, and things like that. My doctor was taking me off, putting me on. I've been trying to regulate that. So me losing weight this week is something that's expected, because I felt like, it's just been an up and down. And I'm saying all these things because I know that it's the summer and a lot of people are traveling and vacations and school is out and all these things. And so with that happening, I know that there are some people that worry about what's going to happen with me being on GLP-1, and will I gain weight? And then you kind of get discouraged, because I did when I first got on this medication and I was traveling. So I know you're going to have that problem. But this is what happened. I'm going to go ahead and just up my results. I do want to say before I do that, my husband is on a plateau. So he is between 241 and 244, and it's been the back and forth of 245. It's been the back and forth. He is just super frustrated with that. I'm also trying to encourage him with, hey, you know, you can do this, we can get through it. Everyone goes through a plateau on any weight loss journey, whether it's with Zepbound or not. Everyone goes through this plateau. So me telling him that this is where it is, it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and give his results. He is currently at 241. We came back into town. He was at like 243. So it was about the same thing. It's weird because when we left, he was 244. We came back, he was 243. So he is in this plateau. I can't wait for it to break. However, we are on a race. So part of me is like, okay. The other part is just like, please, honey, I want you to be successful. So my results. Let me go ahead and get those to you right. When I left to go out of town, I was at 174.2. So Friday morning, when I weighed in, I was at 173.8. So I had lost only a couple of pounds. But on Saturday morning, which is the day I actually weigh in, was at 172.6. I can't believe it. 172.6. That was me. So basically, I did my microdose and I still lost 2 pounds. I'm like, I lost 2 pounds. Oh my gosh. I did everything opposite than what I have been striving to do for 8 months. Everything this week had been opposite, and everything this week was against all expectations, including losing 2 pounds. It's just the weirdest thing ever because I'm not in a plateau, but my weight loss, I have to say that the first time that you get on Zepbound, you are losing water weight. So you tend to lose 5 pounds, and I didn't do that. I lost 2 pounds here, 2 pounds there. I have been slow from the beginning. And for me to lose 2 pounds this week without taking the medication properly, it's probably one of the highest weeks that I've had. And it's the oddest thing ever. I did no exercise, which is still not good. I did not eat properly. Again, it's not good. I did not take my medication properly. Not good. And I still lost 2 pounds. I'm going to take this as a win and hope that I don't pay for it next week. I hope I don't pay for it next week. But I'm happy with where I am right now. I am now on the other side of 175, and maybe I'll see 169 by August. Okay, maybe we're not in July yet, but the way my weight loss is, let's just shoot for August. Um, I'm just happy with the progress of moving forward, and this week I do plan to do a little bit better with everything else. I feel better, so I plan to do better. And so I will see you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.